Welcome back to another episode of DNA Sports Talk, where we talk about sports all around the globe. Today, before we start, we want to address the situation that happened in Minneapolis just days ago, where George Floyd was brutally murdered. We all agree on the show that something like that is not okay in a society, and it cannot be forgiven. But for moving on,
We'll put
we're
the phone number of someone you can call who you can talk to, state officials, in the description.
in the description, call the number, file your complaints, make your voice be heard. On a lighter note, we'd like to invite Mr. Jacob Handler to the show, his first
What's
time.
up, guys?
Welcome.
Today we're going to be covering baseball, and we're going to be talking about
Some boring
specifically. It's a pretty interesting episode today because we're going to be talking about the Houston Astros. We're also going to be talking about the Seattle Mariners. So let's hop right in. Obviously, with the Astros, fairly recently we found out about them cheating their way to a World Series. So there's a lot that goes into it.
Two World Series.
Yep.
That's true.
That, we're all Mets fans here, but that's just, stupid.
Yeah. Daniel, I know you have a pretty strong opinion on this, so I want to hear what you have to say about it.
As much as I hate to admit it, that the Astros cheated and the Yankees should have been in the World Series, they definitely cheated. And I think their title should be, if there's not an asterisk next to it, it should be taken away from them. I think they got off lenient with their punishment.
Look, I think even if they didn't steal signs, they still got good talent on their team. They probably would have made it into the playoffs, but playing good teams like that, I'm just not sure how far they would have made it.
And with the season being suspended, everyone's just focused on when the league's going to come back. But when the league's going to come back is a perfect, you have to think about the Astros too, how they cheat. Everyone, before the season was suspended, everyone was talking about, oh, the Astros are cheaters. Oh, bang, bang, trash can, fastball. And it's now everyone's focused on when it's going to be, when MLB's coming back to play, but no one's talked about the Astros since then.
Yeah, I mean, the Astros, they do get a break because they're probably going to get intentionally hit, once or twice if baseball ever does come back.
I think they'll make the playoffs. They'll get hit so much they'll make the playoffs.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the Astros to play the Yankees because that's going to be a fun game.
It'll be fun to watch.
Now that the evidence is out, and the Yankees honestly could have had a World Series that year.
And we'll see how they hit against Garrett Cole.
Oh, that's true. So, but with the Astros, do you think that some of their key guys like Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, Justin Verlander, do you think they feel any guilt? And do you think they feel that their World Series isn't as earned? Or since some of those guys were in on it, do you think they...
Well, from a pitching standpoint, definitely they feel like they earned it. The pitching,
right.
Verlander probably definitely earns this, but...
If you look at Jose Altuve's batting average, it's 300 away, at home, and 112 away. And if you look at Bregman's, it's the same, home and away. I think Bregman's a better player than Altuve.
But you really think that any of these guys care that they cheated?
No,
I don't think
so.
They won a World Series.
Until they go to until they actually get punished for it, they're not going to care.
I want to go back. I'm looking at Altuve's split from last year. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. So his batting average, he actually hit better on the road than he did at home, which is kind of interesting. He had
Altuve?
Altuve hit better on the road, not that much better. He had more hits on the road, more home runs, better batting average. So
2017 or 2019?
I'm looking at these are 2017 stats.
Look at 2017. He had 346 at home.
No, he's talking about last season, 2019.
Yeah, I know.
I think I'm looking at. Let me look.
Altuve hit 298 overall last year, and there are other guys, Jordan Alvarez.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same with Bregman.
Yeah,
because he hit 278 at home and 315 away.
Which is interesting because if you're getting obviously
in four,
that's not okay. It's not
9
okay
more home runs as well.
it's not okay to cheat, but wouldn't
No.
you think that if they're
But
gonna
did
cheat,
Bregman cheat? That's the question.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Regardless, if they're gonna cheat, why are the results not showing? Like, obviously, what they did is unacceptable and shouldn't be allowed in baseball, but they shouldn't be hitting better on the road if you're gonna cheat in your own building, which is
The thing
interesting
is,
to
Mhm.
me.
the results are showing that you guys are looking at 2017 stats. If you look at last season's stats, it's different.
But
Yeah, I agree.
we're talking about the 2017 World Series run, which is
But the
why,
thing is that
which is what's bringing up the most
they cheated
controversy.
at home, but they didn't cheat on the road. They just were just a good team that cheated.
That's what I don't get. Like, I don't understand why they
I
Is
think
there
if you-
evidence that they cheated
you
on
said-
the road or not?
They couldn't.
right. 'Cause
There's
they didn't
no
have
way
the
they would have
system set up.
gotten all the trash cans.
Yeah.
I
Like-
want to go back. I want to go back to what Jacob said earlier. He mentioned that the Astros were going to have to face Garrett Cole, which is obviously
Eventually.
no easy task for a team. I want to talk about him and the fact that they lost him.
They're gonna
How
have
much-
to change up their signs.
For sure, which I think that goes for any team. I think they change it up every year, multiple times a season. But for a Houston Astros team where Garrett Cole won 2 World Series, was it with them?
None.
None. Well, unless you count last year.
He
Okay,
came over last year.
Oh right, I'm thinking of Verlander. Sorry, but Garrett Cole, he was pretty successful with the Astros, Cy Young candidate last year.
Mhm.
So, how do you think it's going to affect the Astros team and their success without
I think
Garrett
it
Cole?
definitely affects their pitching staff, but I think Garrett Cole stays if they don't cheat. I think he knew that he cheated, and I think he knew that he didn't want, like, I think he just didn't want to associate himself with, like, the cheating.
Right.
So I think that's why.
Yeah, I agree with you.
A lot of that. I think that's why Garrett
Makes
Cole left, and I
sense.
think the reason why Brantley signed with the Astros is he wasn't aware. He thought they were just a good team. He just wasn't aware that they were cheating.
And it's affecting other teams. It's not only affecting it affected the Yankees in a good way,
I
getting
mean,
a
it's
star
not like
pitcher.
It's
But
not
it
like they're in the
also
same division, so they don't have to play each other that often, and it's a 5-man rotation. So the 1 out of 5 chance out of every 3 games, they'll have to play him probably like 5 times every year, maybe.
Guys, we got to make predictions.
I just want to bring up one point though. You said the Yankees were impacted positively, but let's flip to the other New York team. The Mets were impacted negatively. They got a new manager, Mets alumni Carlos Beltran, and then within days he had to resign because of the whole allegations against him.
And he knew
So-
the team, so that probably would have been a benefit for them.
Right. So I want to go to predictions.
And you
Daniel,
also look at Boston, who Alex Cora might be done from baseball. Like from what it sounds like,
I'm going to
he
go
might be
70
banned from
wins,
baseball.
guys.
going
70?
for, I think it's a little low. They're not playing in
Yeah.
their division. I don't think is that strong.
Division is not
Yeah.
very good.
Well,
So
maybe
I
the
think-
Angels will finally be
They
able to
have
pull
the A's
themselves
and the
out.
Angels in their division. No one knows what the Rangers are going to be like.
I say they
Rangers.
win. I think they. It's hard to say.
And the
I say
Mariners
they
are
win
trash.
80 games. They win 80 games.
Yeah, 80 to 90. Definitely no more than 90.
Right.
I'd say they win 88 games and barely make the wild card.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wins
Probably
their
wild
division? Do you
card.
think? If they're a wild card, who wins their division?
A's win the division.
Probably the A's,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, let's
All
Maybe
right,
the
let's move
Angels will
on.
finally have a chance.
And maybe
Let's
the
move
Angels
on
go
to
the
win the
another
Mariners,
team.
division.
guys.
Let's move on to another AL West team in the Seattle Mariners. So obviously they haven't been good the last couple years,
No.
and it's pretty interesting to see. They have some good caliber players, but they don't really have any young guys. So I want to focus in on that. So their
Like D.
pitching
Gordon?
staff. D. Gordon, yeah, he's a veteran and he's a good player.
Yeah, he's old, but he's lost pretty much all of his power now.
They have a lot of prospects.
Mm.
Yeah, they have two guys who they stole from that. I believe one of them came up last year, Justin Dunn, who's a pitcher. He has talent. He did not do well in the bigs. They also got Justice Sheffield from the Yankees in a trade who did not do well in the bigs his rookie year, or when he was first brought up. And they have Jared Kelenic, who they also stole from the Mets, and it could be the next Mike Trout. He's a very good player, but he's going to be in Double A and should be in Triple A by the end of this season.
On the topic of like good players, like they have good talent, like Malik Smith. He's a great player. Kyle Seager, he just had a really disappointing year last year.
All right.
He was hurt a lot, but Kyle
I want
Seager,
to focus.
he's
I
never
want to
going to stay
focus in on
healthy.
Seager. I'm pulling up Seager right now. I'm looking at his stats. So Kyle Seager is 31, played 106 games, which is low. Only 55 runs, less than 100 hits, 63 ribbies, and 239 batting average. So he was a solid hitter, but I think from his potential, I think that's a little disappointing for the city of Seattle.
Just remember, this was a team that had Edwin Encarnacion, who, when they had him, was leading the AL in home runs at the point, like at the time they had him. I don't know if he won the home run title, but he was batting 341, and he was mainly the heart and soul of that lineup. He had the power, and he had the ability to make good contact.
Speaking of power, there's not a lot of power hitters on that team.
Right.
Besides maybe
it's just a team that's trying to find its identity, and they're just like, and if you look at the pitchers, like the pitching is not very good. Their number one had a 4 ERA, and Yusei Kikuchi, who a lot of people had high hopes for, had a 5.46 ERA, which is not very good. So I mean, the bullpen, their bullpen is okay. I mean, they did lose Edwin Diaz, but that guy's to us Met fans,
he was good with them, but
that guy's a bag of chips. I mean, but he was the best. They had the best closer, and they traded him for good prospects. But other than that, their pitching is not very good. I mean, have your ace at a 4 ERA. I mean, that's not good at all.
Gotta be more consistent.
Yeah.
I also want to bring up a point about their pitching. They have one pitcher on their roster last year who was under the age of 25, which, like Ian said, they have prospects, but for most teams, especially in that division, teams are looking to win now. The Angels are making moves, signing Rendon and extending Trout, right? And then you have teams like the A's who are ready to win now. The Mariners aren't there yet. They're built for the future. And I think in the next couple of years, they can be serious contenders. But right now, in a division that wants to win, they're not there yet.
I agree, and I mean, there are promising numbers from Justin Dunn, who is one of their prospects. He did have a 2.70 ERA.
Where's he pitching?
Pitched a lot. He came up to the bigs last year and didn't really play a lot. And then there's Justice Sheffield, who's supposed to be good, and he had a 5.5 ERA. He pitched 36 innings over the year, but you don't want one of the best pitching prospects in all of baseball come up to the big leagues right away, have a 5.5 ERA. That's not what you want out of your a guy who could be a mid-rotation starter and a very impactful pitcher in the future.
I want to switch to the topic quickly. I'm just looking at their top prospects quickly. There's Jared Klenek. He's number 11. They also have the 18th, Julio Rodriguez, and then they also have a pitcher who's the 38th, who's Logan Gilbert. For having 3 prospects top 40, I think that's pretty good.
And Kelenic, who was drafted 2 years ago, has he was with the Mets for barely a season until they traded him for Diaz and Cano. But he last year ended up finishing in Double-A. He's starting in Double-A this year, and it's supposed to finish in Triple-A, and he'll be in the big by next year.
I want to say
it's be big for the Mariners because that's an infusion of youth talent on their roster.
All right, guys, we gotta make predictions.
65 games won for the Mariners, I'd have to say.
Yeah, I can't see them.
Yeah,
I don't see them winning more.
More than 75. I don't see possible.
I said they go 70 and 92. I don't see them winning more than 70. I don't see them winning less than 65.
I agree with Alex.
Around there.
5.
60, 70-ish.
All right. Make sure to order Skybox. They do pickup orders. And when you mention the podcast, you get a free pack of cards.
Don't forget, our Instagram is in the bio of the video, and it's in the description. Remember, we're going to put a phone number of Skybox. Don't forget to mention the podcast. We're also going to put a phone number that will direct you to a multiple official's office so you can make your voice be heard about the death of George Floyd. So that's it for today, and we'll see you in the next video. Sorry
And
about the
everyone, please
wait
stay
for the
safe.
video.
Don't
Don't
riot
try anything
because you're only
stupid.
making things worse. But just stay safe out there. Make your voice be heard, and have a great rest of your day.
Yep. Ian,
Shut
you
up,
said it
Ian.
perfectly. Shut up.